from the Rose Garden, McDonald's presents Coin Local 6, the road to the championship.
And here is a live look at the Rose Garden. This is where four college basketball teams will play tomorrow in the third round of the NCAA tournament. We're looking ahead to tomorrow's matchups. There's plenty to talk about as the second round just wrapped up with some players representing Oregon. We're here to bring you the complete local coverage on the road to the championship. And thanks for joining us. We are live here at the Rose Garden. I'm Amy Troy with Tim Becker and Dan Christofferson. You know, it's a little bit drier, but still raining out here tonight.
Yeah, we have some kids passing by. Last night, a lot of people were running away from the rain after the games wrapped up, but there were no games inside here today.
But all the folks will be back out here behind us tomorrow because we have a couple more great games on tap.
That's right. Let's take a look at those. Here's a look at the matchups as the third round of the NCAA tournament begins. The 4th seed, Indiana, will try to hold off the 12th seed, VCU Rams. That's at 4:10. And right after that, Louisville takes on New Mexico at 6:40. Now, 4 players with Oregon ties were representing the state of Oregon today in the games. Let's take a look at that. Canby High School grad Clint Chapman among them, plays for Texas Longhorns. St. Louis University is where Brian Conklin, he was at North Eugene High School grad, and now we'll show you how they performed in just a few minutes. But first, number 7 seed St. Mary's has 2 players with local ties. One is recovering from an injury and not playing at all. Grant High School graduate Paul McCoy sat out the entire season after tearing his ACL. That was in an early season practice. His teammate, Jesuit Stephen Holt, just came back from a knee injury himself.
Yeah, Amy, you know what? We knew going into today's game that Holt would come off the bench and only play as much as his injury would allow. Got to be hard coming back after sitting out for a month. We see Holt scoring his only 2 points of the game on a rebound follow, but it is the end of the road for St. Mary's. They missed their final shot to try and tie it, and the Purdue Boilermakers knock them out 72-69. Holt finishing the game with those 2 points and 5 boards, but that's okay. He's going to be back. He is just a sophomore for St. Mary's.
And Stephen Holt's parents couldn't be prouder. I mean, really, even with today's outcome.
Yeah, you know what? They are the Jesuit grads' biggest fans, obviously. Yeah. And even when their son wasn't playing for the last month, they backed St. Mary's on their road to the tournament.
Stephen Holt has checked in for the first time for St. Mary's.
Can't imagine Stephen Holt has ever been happier coming off the bench.
And it's put home on the follow by Stephen Holt.
Subbing in for St. Mary's tonight, Holt brought to an end a month of waiting, wondering, hoping he'd play in this tournament. 3 weeks ago, in a bittersweet homecoming to Portland, as the Gales came in and grounded the Portland Pilots, a knee injury forced Holt to play spectator. Of course, that hurt his mom, Jackie, but Holt could hear his parents' support.
Here we go, Gales!
And his dad, Greg, once played for the rivals at U of P.
Everybody knows I'm a pilot, but now that my son's at St. Mary's, you know, I'm bleeding the red and the blue.
Holt on the run out, and one.
Before that, it was the green and gold of Jesuit High. Stephen was a 2010 State Player of the Year, leading the crusade on the first 2 of what is now 4 state championships in a row. Last year, he got the buzz going early as a St. Mary's freshman.
Stephen Holt is a terrific player. He's a guy that's really a game changer.
He's been a steady force, averaging 10 points a game. Mom and Dad don't want to miss a thing.
Yes!
Racking up those frequent flyer miles to the Bay Area.
Try to get to as many as possible, you know, and the ones that we can't physically get to, then they're either streamed online on Gales Vision. We haven't missed a game yet.
They're in Omaha this weekend and savoring 2 more years of St. Mary's basketball, with Stephen running the point and bringing home a lot of pride.
I'm very proud of him. I mean, he's doing a great job academically, athletically. I mean, as a sophomore, he's having a great year. I'm very proud of him.
And a great family. You got to think about this. All these families who've been meeting, following their players around the country and enjoying this tournament right alongside with them.
Yeah, now you remember we mentioned how Grant High's Paul McCoy has been sitting out the season for the Gales, and that's been a real disappointment for the St. Mary's Gales. He hasn't played for St. Mary's yet after sitting out last season because he transferred from Southern Methodist. At Grant, McCoy was star-rated by Scout.com as the 10th rated point guard in the class of 2008. He helped lead Grant to the state title and averaged 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals as a senior for the Generals.
So Canby grad Clint Chapman wanted to help Texas reach the championship. Trouble is, Chapman and his Longhorns started slow against the 6th seed Cincinnati. Shot just 16% in the first half, trailed by 14. In the second half, Chapman throws down a two-hand slam, cuts the Bearcats' lead to 5. Later, Chapman misses a dunk, but Jonathan Holmes is there to clean it up. Texas ties the game 52-all. But Cincinnati turned them back, gets the win 65-59. Chapman, 10 points, 14 boards with the loss. Still mighty proud of what he has accomplished in a Texas uniform.
All right, now, Amy, we're going to go from Canby to North Eugene High School because another local star played in. Okay, we're going to go on to the Clint Chapman profile package, I guess. The folk we just.
We're in live TV.
Yeah, there we go.
I think it's important because wearing that Texas across your chest, NCAA tournament is something that's expected in this program now.
Clint Chapman knows what's expected of him in his senior year at Texas. He's playing almost 22 minutes per game, averaging 7 points, 5 boards, and 2 blocks each time. He got a start on his career at Canby High School, where he was named the Pacific West Conference Player of the Year as a senior. Chapman says he looks up to his brother, mainly because he helped him become a better basketball player. When his big brother got hurt in high school, Clint stepped in to fill his spot on the team. Chapman has a realistic goal going into today's tournament game.
It's nice to play with house money, and we definitely do have our backs against the wall because we don't have a lot of expectations. So that can be a good thing, and I think that's the situation for us. We can make some.
Okay, now from Canby to North Eugene, guys, because we had another local star who saw some action in the tournament today. We're talking about Brian Conklin helping the 9th seed Billikens of St. Louis knock off number 8 Memphis. Conklin came up huge in crunch time, scoring here as part of a 12-2 run when the Billikens took over the game. He also hit 5 free throws in the final minute to salt the game away. St. Louis wins 61-54. Conklin getting it done with 16 points, going 10 for 11 at the line. He got his start right here in Oregon, as we said, and is still as aggressive as ever on the court.
Conklin leveled Wilcox, and he's down for the count. Driving Evans for Conklin layup. Good, whistle foul. Count the basket.
Count the basket. Brian Conklin is averaging almost 14 points and 5 rebounds per game his senior season. He's the Billikens' leading scorer and shoots 79% from the line. He's already graduated and is now working on his MBA. That's not NBA, guys. He's a good student, too, named to the Atlantic 10's all-academic team for a 3rd straight season. Might go on to the NBA afterwards.
Incredible. Well, there was one bracket buster early today. Many of us had Mizzou going Elite 8, maybe Final 4.
We all did.
Yeah.
And, this is what makes the tournament so great. Yes. Norfolk State, the Spartans had other plans.
Right.
Let's take a look at this one of the best games of the day. 37 seconds left. Kyle O'Quinn with the putback to tie the game at 81. O'Quinn and the Spartans celebrating. Norfolk State took the lead. Missouri with a chance to win it at the buzzer. No good. Phil Pressey's shot does not go in, and the number 2 seed Tigers fall to Norfolk State for just the 5th time in NCAA history. A number 15 seed there upsets a number 2, and the Tigers are going back to Columbia. Norfolk State will play on Sunday.
And as if that was not enough, how about this? The Lehigh Mountain Hawks taking on those notoriously good Duke Blue Devils. Junior guard C.J. McCollum was the star of the show. He led the Mountain Hawks with 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Lehigh wins it 75-70, becoming the 6th 15 seed to take down a number 2 in one day. And brackets across America, guys, are heading for the recycle bin tonight.
They are indeed. That was a heart stopper. Well, that's all from here right now. We're going to check in now with Jeff and Kelly live at the Coyne Center with a look at what's going on today in news.